Hey everybody, Lindsay here. I'm having a pretty good day despite all the rain we had this morning, and it's still cloudy and yucky outside, but the rain has stopped and my van got a free car wash. Yay! So I'm trying to see the brighter side today. Now, I have to tell you, I woke up in not a very good mood this morning. I hadn't slept well. I was so tired that when I hit the snooze on my alarm, I immediately fell back to sleep in such a deep sleep that I was able to have a dream. Now, that usually doesn't happen, but it did this morning. I must have been that tired. And I actually was at work this morning and started getting a twitch in my eyelid. That's how I know when I'm really super tired. Anyway, moving on. So, my day got better. I went to work, and this is just how something totally unexpected can happen during my day and make it better or worse. But today made it better. My mom has this customer. He came in today. His wife had made him an appointment for a pedicure. And he's a pastor, and honestly, if you met this guy, you probably wouldn't peg him for a pastor, but he is a very nice guy. He's just got this really awesome sense of humor. We could see him coming in because he was wearing one of those curly, like, rainbow clown wigs. It was just so funny. He doesn't have much hair. I mean, not his fault. I'm not going to make fun of anybody who's balding or is bald. It just happens. But he just was in quite the mood today, and it was just great. I mean, it was just a way to brighten this rainy day. So my day's going much better than it was this morning. Anyway, I wanted to update you all on our spending freeze prep. I would like to say that it's going very well, but it's not. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Life happens. Things happen that just you can't control. Now, luckily, we were somewhat prepared for what happened, but not as prepared as what I would have liked to be. If you watched one of my previous videos, I think I said it actually in a couple videos, that I ran over a screw 2 weeks ago on Sunday. I was driving my daughter to Sunday school. I know, worst time. I'm driving to church and something bad happens, but it's okay. I'm not blaming God. It wasn't his fault. Luckily, I didn't get very far before I noticed it, so I pulled over and I made some phone calls, and my daughter made it to Sunday school. However, I missed church. I felt really bad. It's just things keep happening, and I don't know what it is, but we still don't lose faith. So because of the tire that the screw went into, we ended up having to get 4 new tires. Let me explain. My rear tires were actually still fairly good. We were going to rotate those tires to the front. Not sure why the front tires were like bald pretty much, but we were going to rotate those to the front and just buy a set of new tires for the rear, and then eventually get new tires. I know it sounds funny to not buy them all at once, but that's how we were going to have to do it, because the extra money we had was to be set aside for emergencies, for the emergency fund. Well, that all went out the window, and the money that was supposed to be for the emergency fund, well, I guess this kind of counted as an emergency, but had to be used for buying 4 new tires. Now, I was smart, and I went online and found a tire outlet that had tires, four tires for $278 and free shipping. So they shipped them to my house. Well, then I still have to pay around $50 to have them put on for mountain balance. But herein lies another good thing. The place that I'm taking them to have tires put on is literally next door to where I work. And I just walk like a few steps over to his door, and I hand him my keys in the morning, and he'll come over and get my van. I have to make sure the tires are in the back of the van, and he will put the tires on, he'll dispose of the old ones, and then drive it back over and bring my keys to me, and then give me my bill and have a check ready to go and hand it over when he hands me my keys. Anyway, so that happened. And my husband had to have new boots. Now, usually I tell him to remind me when he needs new boots when they're starting to get bad. Maybe he said something to me and it was just a quick little, hey, I might need new boots soon. Well, his boots pretty much were ready for the garbage, past the point of ready for the garbage, I think. So, again, I got resourceful. Went online, found some boots on eBay through an outlet store, and found him some very good quality boots. And they were $30 less than the retail price. So, 2 wins for me there, but there just went over $300, almost $400 out the window. To add to all of that, my son's phone just took a crap. Now I have insurance on it, but if any of you have dealt with insurance through these cellular carriers, it doesn't really cover anything. And I mentioned before, I am kicking myself in the butt for not just saving up some money to get my son a phone outright, because we're on a payment plan with his phone, and he's only had it 10 months, and it's not working, which means if it can be fixed, we pay around $100. If it can't be fixed, we pay around $200 to have the phone replaced, and I still have to continue paying on the other phone for another year. Not happy, but I have no other choice right now. But he has a backup phone that my mom gave him. He's gonna have to use that for a little while till we hear back on what's going on with his phone. And then, of course, I had a wasted trip to Champaign. And so I had a wasted trip to the Sprint store to see if they could fix it, and they couldn't. Big on mess up. So all that money went out, but we used it. So my emergency fund has dwindled down to a mere $35, give or take $1. Not happy, because I wanted to have way more than that in there, but I mean, $400 just went bye-bye. And we still have to pay on layaway. We did not pay on our layaway this week because I felt that money could be better suited for buying extra meat, because the Christmas presents that we're buying for my kids are not going to fill their bellies. So we just decided to forego that payment, which we have plenty of time still to pay on. So that is where we sit right now. But we are saving money because I have been doing better with cutting our costs on things. Like right now, I'm sitting pretty much in the dark. The light you're seeing is coming from outside. Even though it's cloudy, I have some light, and a little bit from the computer because I've been working on there. And of course, I have the light on in the entryway because the light in the entryway and the light outside are wired together. I know, kind of weird, but whatever. So yeah, that is where things stand. I probably won't be able to really put much money away next paycheck because I want to get ahead on bills. I'd rather be ahead on bills so we don't need that emergency money. And I do want to pay on layaway. Of course, we have to get the tires put on. I'll probably pay that out of my pay because it's not going to be that much. And I just, I want to make sure that we're good and stocked up on food before winter as well. I like to have at least a week to 2 weeks of extra food in the house. Not necessarily meat, but we have stocked up on meat. So, but if it does snow and we're stuck in the house for a few days, or say we catch wind of a snowstorm coming, I'm not going to be one of those raving lunatics in the store fighting over a gallon of milk. Hey, I don't want to pay $3 and whatever, $3.50 for a gallon of milk here in town when I could just plan ahead and go buy it for, 90 cents at the store I shop at. So we will make sure we're stocked up on that kind of thing, and I can freeze the milk down in my basement. So we are finding ways to prepare for the spending freeze despite the little hang-ups we had and not being able to put money into the emergency fund. I am still going to try hard to put money into that emergency fund. So I may actually be able to take my pay after paying for the tires to be mounted. I will probably take my pay from the following week and put that straight into our emergency fund, just to be smart. That's my way of having security, and knowing that we'll have our home to live in, our bills are caught up to where we won't have anything turned off. I'll be able to feed my children, that kind of thing. So I feel that's in a way paying myself first. I know people say you should be putting money away, and we're trying, we really are, and I have less than a month to get this all taken care of, but I am optimistic and I have faith that it will all work out as it should. So with that being said, I am going to finish my lunch because it's been cooling off this whole time after heating it up. And I will see you all later. God bless.